What's going on, guys? My name is Triforce Addiction. Welcome back to another COD mobile video. So today we're going to talk a little bit more about the upcoming Mythic Ram 7. So it's already been shown to us. We basically got all the content that we need to know about for Season 8, which is quite a bit. You know, we're getting a new camo, we're getting the Mythic Ram 7, as well as a new series armory, some rewards for ranked and for clan wars. So it looks like Season 8 is actually going to be pretty jam-packed with a lot of different types of content. But with the Ram 7, at least when it comes to the Mythic variant, I've always kind of took a closer look at that skin. Usually when Mythics do get announced, or, you know, if we get like a leak of a Mythic, I pay no mind to it. I usually just wait to review it once it comes out. And that's the end. That's usually it. But with this one, it's a little bit different because for a long time, this Mythic Ram 7 has been in the leaks. And one particular leak has always stood out to me the most. If you guys remember months ago, when the Ram 7 first got leaked, this is how we knew that the weapons theme was going to be the Starry Night. By the way, I got that picture from SL Dominations, a YouTuber that made a short, but that's really the only way I was able to find this image. But I always thought it to be weird that they would put that Starry Night skin on a Type 19. I brushed it off because there wasn't really any news kind of circulating around this gun for a long time until recently, where it's now confirmed to be coming out for Season 8. But I always found it weird that people, or that they actually decided to put a camo like that on an already made Mythic. It really started to make me wonder whether or not we're actually going to get some sort of echo camo, kind of like how we did with the Jack 12 Mythic and the Crick 6, where if you max both of them out, you get a special camo that you could put on both of those said Mythics. For me, there was really no reason why they would have a Starry Night camo for an already established Mythic. I thought that was weird, so maybe they were testing some sort of echo camo. I mean, even the design itself looks pretty well created, so I would assume that maybe at some point when the thing came out, we would max out both and see what would happen if we would actually get a camo. Because it wasn't really announced in the Season 8 blog post, but they could probably be keeping that as a secret as well. So after the blog post, I kind of officially just dropped that subject because maybe it wasn't actually happening, or maybe they just put the Starry Night camo on that Type 19 to, I guess, test something with the Ram 7. I don't know. Like, I don't know how that type of development works, but yeah, I thought maybe it could have just been a test as well. But then we get this. So the Ram 7 apparently is going to have two different phases. One that represents the night and one that represents, you know, like a sunny day. And usually with Mythics, when you think of phases, you think about like the reactive phases, you know, like once you get like 4 to like 8 kills, you get the final phase of the weapon and it's fully animated and everything. But when I'm seeing this, two things pop into my head. I'm thinking that, you know, a night version of this weapon, you know, the first picture on the left, makes me think that maybe there is some sort of special camo for it, and they're just not saying anything about it. Because I mean, a drastic change like that, even if you get 8 kills, I mean, that's way too much of a change. I've seen a lot of reactive skins in this game, whether it be legendary or mythic, but I've never seen any mythic skin that would change to that degree. And it really makes me wonder, what if this is like the reward that you get for maxing out both the Type 19 and the Ram 7? Again, this is very, very high into speculation. I don't know whether or not it's going to be a thing, but it really makes me wonder. Again, we don't have answers for this because the Korean version hasn't come out yet, so we haven't seen any leaks for the Ram 7, at least in game. We don't know the iron sight, we don't know the death effects, we don't know how the effects are gonna like rotate around the gun. We don't have any knowledge of that. We only have screenshots of the weapon itself. But also, it's important to kind of ground ourselves into reality and start to think that maybe this is nothing, and perhaps this is kind of like that SPR dual persona type of situation going on. If you guys remember, the dual persona had like a moon theme, which basically turned the entire legendary blue. And then they also had another theme for, I guess that represents the sun, that would turn the weapon into a orange skin. It wasn't necessarily through reactive means. It was mainly, you know, just over time, within a few sets of seconds, it would kind of like rotate between the two. There is a pretty good likelihood that maybe that's the case instead. Maybe it's not an echo camo, but maybe it's just, you know, like rotating between the night version and the sunlight version. And we've only ever seen the sunlight version. I mean, that was the one picture that was leaked a while back. So perhaps maybe this could actually be the final variation of the weapon once you get those 8 kills. But again, it says 2 different phases. And again, most of these mythics usually have 3 to 4 phases. So a lot of questions that we do have for this Ram 7. And as honestly, this is probably one of the more mysterious mythic skins that I've really come across because I don't really know how they're going to go about this entire situation. We could have an echo camo, we could just have a dual persona, or maybe it's none of those things and maybe that's just the final phase when you just simply max it out or something. They could also be referring to like the other 2 phases that you unlock, because keep in mind when you unlock the base version, that's basically an automatic phase that you have. But then also they have the mid phase, which is around level 3, and then the last phase that's on level 5. So maybe this is the final phase of that weapon. I mean, given how it looks, it probably is the final phase, I'll be real with you. But yeah, I mean, there's so many questions, and we still haven't had an update for the Korean version. And I always mention that one because that's usually the first version of COD Mobile to get the updates, but nothing has happened yet. So it's like they're kind of keeping everything a mystery, which is fine. We'll know eventually. I mean, it's bound to happen. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think down below, and I'll see you guys next time.